Sembawang Air Base, home to the Republic of Singapore Air Force helicopter squadrons, also known as the RSAF Heli Group. The Heli Group operates 4 different types of helicopters, each with its own capabilities: the Super Pumas, Chinooks, Apaches, and the Seahawks. From search and rescue missions to humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations to supporting Army and Navy in joint operations, the helicopters form a vital part of the third generation SAF. As such, it is essential that the crew remain in top form for any mission. In April this year, a new competition was launched that aimed to strengthen the Heli Group's operational readiness. The Air Warrior Challenge saw more than 200 ground crew, air crew and pilots from the Heli Group coming together for the first ever inter-squadron competition.
It's timely for us to start a competition within the participation command for the reason of increasing the standards of what we do in the helicopter community.
As each of the helicopters have different capabilities, it took a lot of planning to come up with the categories to judge the competition fairly.
For us, the helicopter community in the Air Force is a very diverse group. So one of the greatest challenge is how do we equate, let's say, Apache doing firing to the standards of winching of a Puma. We put our heads together and we decided that we use a point scoring system. And we kind of try to find the equal difficulty level of each aspect.
It was decided that the helicopters would compete in 3 different categories: tactical landing, helicopter logistics, and combat task. The tactical landing component tested the speed and accuracy of the pilot as they performed the landing without any assistance from the ground crew.
For this competition, what we required to do was to land without hovering. So coming down from an approach to the 3 spots on the boxes for our main landing gears. So that was a bit of a challenge. I will compare it to playing golf, where landing on 3 exact spots will be like a hole-in-one.
The flight line crew were tested in this category to assess their operational readiness. Helicopter logistics saw them performing towing, starting up, taxiing, and marshalling routines to exacting standards. They also had to identify and fix pre-planted faults in the choppers within a stipulated time frame.
Basically, we take it as a day-to-day job. It's a very normal task for us. So it's also testing our team endurance and proficiency for the given task.
In the last category, combat task, the competition was divided into 2 separate challenges. The Chinooks, Super Pumas, and Seahawks executed target winching, while the Apaches performed air-to-ground firing. Target winching was performed 30 meters above the ground.
Basically, what I do is I make sure everything is secure in the cabin so that my winch operator can actually focus on the winching.
To win, the teams had to lower the load into a tire in the shortest possible time. This required precise communication between the winch operator, pilot, and the load operator.
A lot of us have done actual rescue missions which require us to carry out precision winching. In terms of difficulty, I think those missions are more difficult, higher pressure, because in the end, you can't compare yourself with anyone based on your rescue missions. But for Air Warrior Challenge, where the clock is running, it's very clear-cut who can get it done the fastest. I think that's the key difference I saw between actual ops and competition.
The Apaches were given a different task in this part of the competition. As a multi-mission attack helicopter, the combat task involved taking down targets with their mounted 30mm chain gun. And both pilots and co-pilots had to work seamlessly to engage the targets accurately.
For our aircraft, the seating is tandem. The pilot flying the aircraft is seated in the back, and the front seat pilot, co-pilot gun is seated in the front. So it needs very close crew coordination. So it needs the pilot to fly very well, accurate parameters, as well as the co-pilot doing the accurate targeting.
With the crew having given their best, only one task remained for the judges. And the overall champion of Air Warrior Challenge 2014 was
134.
Okay, we hope this Air Warrior Challenge event allow the individual as well as the squadron to display the skills and their proficiency in their tactical roles, as well as that the competitive spirit will bring the best out of the individual as well as the squadron.
Best Tactical Landing Squadron, 125 Squadron. Best Helicopter Logistics Squadron, 127 Squadron. And the Best Combat Task Squadron, 120 Squadron.
This competition have pushed us to strive for a better competency. So with good teamwork, all of us managed to complete all our tasks more proficiently.
Exercise Air Warrior Challenge being the first for this year for Heli Group, I think it's been in good fun, and the competitive spirit did bring out the best in all of us.